What's your car payment?
$2,700.
Okay.
I'm sure that's his dream car, but for $2,700 a month, that is $32,400 a year. 2 years is almost $65,000 a year.
What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. Some of these clips will give us a glimpse into the crazy worlds of some of these people and their car payments. I got a new setup here, so I'm hoping things look a little bit better. I'm trying to improve the videos every video at a time, but let's just get into it.
Asking people at this Mercedes what their car payment is. Yo, Kayla, what car do you drive?
I drive a Honda Civic.
And what's your car payment?
Baby, nothing. It's paid off.
Yo, VJ, what car do you drive?
An EQS 450.
And what's your payment?
Heavily $1,600.
Yo, James, what car do you drive?
A Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV.
And what's your payment?
So I'm very happy.
This is surprising so far. So we had two people pay off, and then the one paying a lot of money. What was it, 1,600? What did he say?
He's $1,600.
1,600 a month is crazy. Oh my gosh. That's rent. That's rent. That's crazy. Or mortgage. Some people's mortgage. 1,600 a month. He's got to be making a lot of money to justify that.
And what car do you drive?
A Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV.
And what's your payment?
Yeah, maybe.
Friends, what car do you drive?
I got a 2016 bagged out E350. I got my 1992 A320, and I got my A500 station wagon.
And what's your car payments?
I actually don't pay anything on any of them. All paid off.
Yo.
I was not expecting that. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking he owed so much money. That's crazy.
Omar, what car do you drive?
2016 E-Class E350.
And what's your car payment?
About $600.
Yesterday, what car do you drive?
I drive a 2022 Mercedes-Benz E450.
And what's your payment?
It's about $1,275.
Okay, these videos are crazy, man. The funny thing is, like, the 600 payment at first was kind of like, okay. No, even $600 a month in car payments is crazy. You'll kind of see a couple of those clips in today's video. And honestly, I'm pretty convinced that they're all from dealerships to try to get people more comfortable with higher car payments to try to sell more cars. Don't fall for this, dude. These are insane payments. Don't buy a new car with any kind of payment like this.
Down payment has nothing to do with the deal you're getting on a car. Let me tell you how most people shop. They walk in, they say, hey, how much is this car? Salesman says, about $600 a month. They say, I can't really afford that. That's way too high. Salesman says, what? Can you put a down payment? You got any money to put down? Customer says, yeah, I could probably put down like 4 or 5. Subscribe if you don't want to have buyer's remorse. Salesman says, well, if you could put down like 5, I could probably get your payment to like $475, $480. Person says, oh, well, that sounds, yeah, I could afford that. Can you think you could do that? Well, if I ask my manager, would you take it today? You're not doing anything. Customer thinks you are. All you're doing is using the down payment to lower the amount of the loan I'm borrowing, leading to a lower payment naturally. It's not a deal.
He's right, though. I didn't realize this, but some people are actually kind of confused by it and think that they are getting a deal by putting down a down payment as if it's like more enticing for the salesman. In reality, it makes it a little bit easier for them to get financing for it, but you're still paying the money. You're just putting it a little bit up front compared to paying more later. Is it better to put a down payment? Yes, it's better to put as big of a down payment as you can. But no, don't think you're getting some kind of deal just out of putting down money on a car, thinking that the salesman is giving you a better deal because of that.
What's the car? What is it?
2021 Toyota Camry.
What's the interest rate on this thing?
11.96.
Total amount due $646. Wait a minute. That's 30% of your income.
That wasn't based off of my income. It was based off of my ex-husband's income.
Oh, the balance. Oh, this is so
30,000.
expensive for your position.
Yeah.
And I know it was based on his income. But you're in the process of a divorce.
Yes, since the car is in my name, I get the car. So I make the payments.
It's completely in your name, but it's based off of his income. Great.
Yeah.
This was bad.
I know.
This was bad. What was his income? They'll over-approve for a car, trust me.
He was making $32 a month.
Under $40,000 a year, and they gave you a $30,000 car loan.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. $40,000 a year and you got a $30,000 car? I want to go back to that. Okay. 11.96 interest rate on a car. I feel like that went right by me the first time I watched that clip. That is so bad. That's very blue. Like, honestly, I feel like anything, I don't know, dude. 6% is pushing it. Honestly, just buy a car cash if you can. That is a bad interest rate. But this whole thing that she's talking about is insane. This is so. I love me some Caleb Hammerman because he pulls out. I don't know how he finds them, but he finds the craziest people, and he digs into them, and they deserve it, dude. It's crazy.
Total amount due $646.
Again, here we see $646 a month compared to everything we were listening to earlier with those car dealership videos. This doesn't seem like a whole lot. Oh, because we just heard several thousands of dollars. $1,600. This is $1,000 less than that one guy. But this is still insane. That is so much money to spend on a car for your normal person, especially someone making $40,000 a year. Oh my gosh. So right at the end of that clip, he talks about what the percentage was. What was it? Give me that. Okay, so $30,000 is a lot of money. A $30,000 car with $40,000 income is crazy. That is way above what you want to go. For reference, like your monthly budget, about 30% is a good idea to put towards housing. That is way more than what it should be, more than housing should be. That is crazy. That is insane. And that is how a lot of people end up getting in a really rough situation financially. Don't be like him. Don't be like her. I also love me some George Camel. Let's see.
And so I think having a car payment, keeping a car payment for your whole life, which is what most people do, is the number one wealth killer. Because if you freed up that
It's literally what I was just talking about.
payment, you could invest that instead. You could save it and upgrade your cars in cash without ever paying someone interest while fully owning your car. And so breaking down the math of that was mind-blowing as far as wealth killers go.
It's that simple. It's that easy. It's crazy. Like, it is insane how much money people lose on their car and how simple it can be to just save up your money, buy a cheap car, save up your money, buy a better car. You can turn your old one in if you really don't like it, or even better, save your old clunker, use it as long as you can, and then keep saving up your money, investing it, and by the time that old clunker is ready to go, you should be able to buy a fine car, no issue. This is another video from a car dealership. We'll see how this one goes, but I wouldn't be surprised if here's a ton more crazy high car payments.
What do you drive?
2014 Chrysler 200.
What are your payments?
$500 a month.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Did he just say a 2014 Chrysler 200? 2014. Did he just say that?
Yeah.
2014 Chrysler 200.
Oh my gosh. A 2014 Chrysler 200, and he's paying $500?
$500.
$500 a month. Oh my gosh. That's $6,000 a year for over a decade-old car. And it's not even a good car. That is crazy. Look at his face. He either has no idea how stupid he's being, or he knows how dumb of a decision that was.
A month.
What do you drive?
2000 Chevy 1500 regular cab, 2-wheel drive, long box, $0.
Okay, good. He's paying nothing. That was so funny. That dude, he had it. He had it right there. He's like, what do you drive? I got you. Full every detail. This man loves his truck. And you know what, to be honest,
2000 Chevy.
That is like my kind of truck right there. I love it. I love it. That's so funny. This is what I'm talking about. Get an old truck like that, or I don't even know if you could find one for a good price anymore, but you get an old car like that, and then you save up your money. Look at this. He says he has no payment. I bet that's amazing for him financially, and I bet he loves his truck. I would love that truck.
$1,500 regular cab, two-wheel drive, long box, $0 a month.
Jacob, what do you drive?
It's so funny. You can hear the guy crack up as you say, look how serious this dude is being when he's saying this. Like, he knows it off the top of his head. He loves his truck. And you can hear it at the end. Listen, the guy starts cracking up.
$0 a month.
You hear? It's funny. He was more interested in the truck than the payment, though. That's funny.
Jacob, what do you drive?
Cadillac, Fleetwood,
What are your payments?
nothing.
What do you drive?
Honda Civic,
What are your payments?
0.
I drive
Good.
2019 Mini Cooper John Pick.
Isn't that so funny that the maintenance guys, I mean, it looked like mechanics and stuff, are driving the vehicles. They owe nothing on it. Like, those are the guys who might be in a better spot financially than some of the people that are making more money than them. See, a lot of it is about your decisions, not about, like, how much money. I mean, how much money you make affects things. But your decisions outside of that, like your buying decisions, affects things so much. It's crazy.
For works,
And what are your payments?
$512 a month.
I drive a 2021.
That's a lot. Hold on. Let's go back to this. A Mini Cooper. Cool vehicle. I would never buy one. It looks cool, though. I'm not going to lie. And I like watched this video about like the designer of the car talking about it. It was like kind of cool, but like never buy one. And listen to how much he pays.
And what are your payments?
$512 a month is crazy. Again, that's not as high as like $1,600, sure. But I think that's the point, is to like make you comfortable with paying that much money, even though it's insane.
I drive a 2021 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, and I paid cash.
Good for
Do you
her.
drive?
That's awesome. What did she say? Listen to this.
I drive a 2021 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, and I paid cash.
2021, she paid cash. Good for her. That's what she got to do, guys. I bet you she saved up. I bet you at one point she had a junk car. She saved up, and now she's got a car that she likes. She paid cash for. New car. That's amazing. Good for her.
What do you drive? Dodge Ram. And what are your payments on that? 0.
I drive a 2021.
I didn't expect that, to be honest. Based on the way he said it, and the Dodge Ram thing, I expected him to be crazy, like, you know, to be one of those guys that pay tons of money for a truck. Good for him, though. That's funny. Again, the mechanic guy, though. It's a guy who didn't have a car payment.
One Jeep Grand Cherokee.
And what are your payments?
$497 bi-weekly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, you remember the girl that we saw earlier? See if we can find her. Right here, this girl.
Paid cash.
She paid cash. She has a 2021 Jeep Cherokee something, I don't know. Whatever. Jeep something. 2021, paid cash. She's doing so much better financially. And then we have this guy who comes along, and he's paying $497 bi-weekly. That means every 2 weeks he's paying $497 for his 2021 Jeep. I don't know. It looked like a little bit of a bigger version in this picture, but I don't know anything about cars really. $497, $500 every 2 weeks is insane. That means some months he could be paying $1,500 for a car. And the same year, both Jeeps, totally different lives financially because this guy was impatient and stupid.
$497
Don't be like him.
bi-weekly.
A Mitsubishi Lancer Sportsback,
What are your payments on that?
0.
You see his smile? Look how adorable he is. He's happy and he's proud. He says, I know what kind of car I drive, but guess what? I have no payments on it, and it's good for me financially. How amazing is that? He gets to sleep at night with nothing worrying. He gets to breathe, and he's got no weight on his chest because he has no car payment. Look at him. He's so happy.
What do you drive?
A Mercedes-Benz C230.
What are your payments on that?
I own the vehicle.
Good for you.
What do you drive?
So you saw a younger guy owning the vehicle, no payments. If he continues that sort of lifestyle, he's going to be doing great for himself. He's going to be building up a great financial future.
My demo, 2024 Ram 1500 Limited.
And what are your payments?
Come on in and find out. I'll show you.
See, that's what I'm talking about. The whole thing was just an ad.
What is your minimum monthly payment?
$12,045.
Not 12,000, but 1,200.
$1,245. Yeah,
Dude, that's stupid. That's stupid.
but I have no other.
I don't give a crap. That's almost half your income. You should be doing a lot more. You should be saving. You're right. You don't have a lot of expenses. Where should that money be going? Saving up so you can get an apartment, saving up for an emergency fund, saving up so you can get a house, putting stuff in investments, having more than $1,000 in a saving account. This is stupid. It makes no sense. It is more than half your income if you don't DoorDash. Dude, this is brutal. I was optimistic here for a bit.
That is crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's right. Like, save up for things that actually matter. As in, say, more than half of his income if he doesn't DoorDash. Remember earlier I was talking about, like, housing supposed to be around 30%? That is crazy. He looks like a young guy, too. I hope he does better. This was in early days of Caleb Hammer. This was early on. Crazy.
But I was like, okay, there's nothing I'm gonna have to yell at this dude at. But now I have to yell. And the reason specifically why is because you think it's okay. And I need to make sure you know just how horribly stupid, dangerous, and risky this is. 12%, what is the term?
72 months.
Dude!
72 months? At what interest?
Optimistic here.
What interest?
I was like, okay, there's nothing I'm gonna have to yell at this dude at. But now I have to yell. And the reason specifically why is because you think it's okay. And I need to make sure you know just how horribly stupid, dangerous, and risky this is. 12%, what is the
12% for 7 years. That is crazy. That hurts. That hurts. I hope he's doing better now.
What's your car payment?
$2,700.
Okay.
I'm sure that's his dream car, but for $2,700 a month, that is $32,400 a year. 2 years is almost $65,000 a year. That's not including the premium gas, the maintenance, and insurance for that car. I've done plenty of videos on cars. He will never get one, but a brand new Toyota Corolla, you can get one for like $25,000. That thing will last you for 20 years. Life is about choices. Since he chose a Lamborghini in this economy, he cannot complain about the economy.
Yeah. This guy was like right on. This guy? This guy's crazy. This guy's insane. I'm gonna use that. You probably already saw it at the beginning of the video to hook you because it's crazy. And yeah, this guy was spot on, dude. Like, I don't even have anything. $32,400 a year. I'm so happy I'm not a car guy, dude. Oh my gosh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Again, this is like deep end. Like, in the Mariana Trench and digging out. Is that how you say Mariana? I don't know. In that trench, you know what trench I'm talking about. And you're digging even deeper, trying to go deeper. That is how deep end crazy this is. I'm sure it's his dream car. He's right. It's got to be like an amazing car. It better be for that much money. Ah, still do that. Yeah, he hit it right on the money, dude. That was so good. I want to go over what he talks about here, actually, because he brings up a lot of really good points. Almost $65,000 in 2 years is crazy. So one thing he's talking about here that a lot of people forget to include is the gas, the insurance, any maintenance on it. So that's like, what was it, like $32,000 a year, not even including gas or insurance or maintenance. I really hope that he was including everything all in one. Even that's still insane. But like, that's so important. Like, remember your gas, your insurance, your maintenance when you're buying the car. Keep that in mind too. Another thing he talks about, which I thought was great, the guy will never buy a Toyota. He says a brand new Toyota, which I know he'll never get. Like, dude, I mean, yeah, probably, because unfortunately some people are just stuck in their ways and they won't ever help themselves. You don't even need a brand new Corolla. You could very easily get an older used one that still works fine, has lower mileage, like, and it'll still last you for a long time, treat you well. It's so important. Buying a cheaper but still good car. This is my favorite part of the whole clip.
Yes. Life is about choices. Since he chose a Lamborghini in this economy, he cannot complain about.
So, really, the biggest point that I wanted to sit on was this one. Life is about choices. We talked about it earlier with the mechanics, how they had the cars that were paid off and they were doing better financially, probably. And it's because it was their choices versus people who make more money still make terrible decisions and they get behind financially. Just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you don't have to make wise decisions. So please focus, pay attention to your choices. So we just talked about your decisions and how they matter and how you could get an older used car and it still lasts you really well as long as it's a good one. And this is like a clip just talking about the best way, it says it right there in the title, the best way to buy a used car.
Dealerships are known for trying to get you, nickel and diming you, sneaking fees on you. You've got to do so much research that you know more about the car than they do. So number one, set a budget. Save up to pay for that car in cash. Once you find the car you're looking for, do a ton of research on it and do an inspection yourself and go for a test drive. If you like that, get a pre-purchase inspection on the car, which might cost you $100 to $150 to make sure that there's nothing wrong with this car. You're not buying a lemon here. Once you do that, you need to negotiate the out-the-door price. This is the most important part. They're going to try to sneak random fees on you, and you've got to be ready to walk out of there and go, no, I'm not paying that. So you got to pay for the car price, of course, sales tax and fees that are, part of your county and wheel taxes and all that stuff. And then probably a dock fee, which is probably going to be somewhere under $1,000. Outside of that, I'm not paying a bunch of fees. I'm not signing up for their warranties. And then be ready once you get that out the door price, land the deal, pay in cash. And by that, I mean a cashier's check, personal check, or a debit card.
So I let her put it in.
Just the next clip. We're not done with that last one. So what he's talking about is a lot harder to do, a lot easier said than done. But he's right. You want to do your research. You want to find a car, like a specific car that you want, or maybe like two, right? Like when I was looking, I really wanted a Camry or a Corolla and kind of interested in a Civic, but I did tons of research on all three, so I knew what years I wanted, what years I didn't, common issues, what to look for, that sort of thing. But it's super important. You want to make sure you know a lot about the car. Also, like you said, you want to save up. You want to be able to buy the car in cash. Sometimes you have to take a small loan out for a cheap car, and I get that just because of some situations in life, but try to pay that off as soon as possible. Money Guys have a really good resource page with a lot of different really good information on it. One of those things is the car research buying guide. So he talks about something really important. Might be annoying or hard to do that you might not want to do, but it is really important to check out the car, make sure it's okay. And it's also really important to get someone that you trust to come check out the car too, that knows what they're doing, like a mechanic. Whether it's a friend or just a mechanic you trust, and they might charge you something for it, but it's totally worth it. Because if you end up buying a lemon or you end up buying a car that has a lot of issues, you'll end up paying way more to be able to fix it than if you just move on to the next car. And now here he's talking about the out the door price. What that means is the price with all of the fees, everything all put together. This is the amount of money that you have to pay to be able to walk out the door with the car. And that's what the out the door price is. You want to be able to figure that out so you can wrap your mind around how much money you're actually paying for this car, whether you're financing or not, because it helps you realize whether it's worth it or not. Because it's a lot easier to picture, okay, $300 a month compared to $30,000 or whatever the car may be. And a lot of times dealerships do add on unnecessary fees that you don't want to pay for. Some of those, they require dock fees and they require to pay state fees and taxes. There's nothing you can do with that. But you can still negotiate the dock fee or you can negotiate the overall price of the car. And so you can still manipulate the total out the door price that you'll pay. So that was like a lot of information, just bam, smacked it in the face all at once. I get that, so I might make a video about it later, going into more detail about it. But this kind of does give you a broad overall, like, here's a lot of the points that you need to focus on when buying a car. Of course, there's a lot more detail and all of that you can go into to learn about it, but that's a good place to start. So we've got two more clips to look at, and these two are going over crazy amounts of debt that people ended up taking out on their cars. And then you'll see some of the consequences that even the dealerships have to deal with because people just can't afford the cars anymore.
All right, so calling back a customer on a 2022 GMC Sierra that he wants to trade in. So let's give him a call. Hey, brother, how are you? This is Yusuf from Charlotte Auto Center.
Hey, Yusuf.
All right, so this says customer owes $65,000 on a $30,000 GMC truck. Let's see what he has to say.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I heard that you are trying to trade in your GMC Sierra.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm looking to trade in, see what I get for it.
How much do you own the vehicle?
Yeah, actually looks like I just did the pending. I got about $65,609.27.
So much money.
You owe $65,000 in the truck?
Look at his face.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I got left to be out on it.
Yeah, brother, I'm way off, man. If I were to give you an offer, man, I'd be like high 33s, like low 34s. It looks like it has one small accident on the Carfax. More than welcome to come and step in and I can take a look at it better. But I'd be around, like I said, the 33, 34 range. If you just want to mitigate the payment.
You're seeing right there, over COVID, people paid way too much money for so many vehicles, and it's catching up to them. They're not able to pay for it anymore. And you end up in situations like this where you're drastically underwater. Like half of his loan is underwater. It's insane. And because of that, we can see dealerships filling up. If you've gone driving down the road, you'll see dealerships left and right just with totally filled parking lots because people can't afford new cars now.
Dealerships cannot sell cars, and here are just a few of the absolutely extreme examples. We have this 2020 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, which is listed for $74,201. And over the last 48 days, it's been reduced in price by nearly 10 grand. This Ford Bronco, which was listed for $55,847, and it's been on the market for 56 days, where it's seen $6,143 in price reductions. We have this Nissan Frontier, which is listed for $34,277, and it's been on the market for 112 days and has seen more.
So here's the thing. We can see plenty of cars going down in price, which is a good thing for some and a terrible thing for others. Like if you're that guy who owns $60,000 on a $30,000 truck, that's not good for you. But if you bought a car cash and you've been saving up your money and it's about time to get a new car, this is great because you're seeing prices coming down. And we should see prices continue to drop to go back to their normal expected prices here in the next year or two. But like I said, this is why it's so important to pay off your car, to buy it cash, because for those people who owe money on it, they're losing money not only in the value of the vehicle going down, also in the depreciation, and they're paying interest on top of it. Like it's a lose, lose, lose in every way you look at it for those people. All right, so that was it. That was a little different than my other video that I've already posted, but I kind of liked this. I was just kind of testing the water, seeing how it worked out. But I think I enjoyed it. We'll see how editing goes, see how the video performs. But if you liked it, please like the video, subscribe, because I'm going to be trying out a few different types of videos and see what I enjoy and see what seems to help people and connect with people better. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and subscribe. Bye.